way it's the same lane, theoretically, though.
Exactly. So Nico Baby is already in a much better situation than he was last game.
I feel like giving Tusk away to second pick is particularly damaging, because I've got another theory about that. Maybe you don't even have to hide it so much, right? How do you beat that tri-lane?
You can't.
Just straight up, right? But from there on out, it just becomes about hiding one of your other lanes. You've already secured one lane. Now you just hide your mid for last pick, and then boom, you've got 2 lanes won.
And the great thing with Chen is I feel like he's good at securing multiple lanes because the Tusk can help the off lane, and whenever you want to kill the safe lane, you just pull him in. That Chen tool, the recall, is just amazing because it secures multiple lanes, allows you to make so many plays around the map. So I don't think you mind revealing a lot if you're secret because of how strong this duo is.
For sure. So we see Ember NP. I think this is a better start for Secret because a lot of drafting nowadays is just trying to hide your intention about what you want to do, which is where I think like OG is doing quite well, or like they're ahead of the meta in that regard.
And only they could just hide it a little bit better, but that's the problem with having a stand-in, right?
Yeah.
It's like they have really cool flexes and really unique heroes that they can run in different lanes. It's just the one part that they've really fallen down is when they pick Chen and everyone's like, oh hey, it's mid Chen.
I think if Sumail didn't have ping, it wouldn't be it would be a lot better because their hero pool would open up massively. But Secret, I think, or at least I think all the teams should kind of still adhere to that principle of hide your lanes as much as you can, put pressure on the drafter, because if you're not given like full time and you have to really consider these things, the time in the booth it goes by like really quickly, which is what we saw when they just like pick Pugna. They're like, what do we do? Like, we're running out of time. We see nothing. Like, we're just making a bunch of guesses. Just pick Pugna. It's fine. Like, I'm sure it'll be okay. And then you don't think, okay, the Oracle's gonna counter me. They can still last pick counter me. Like, we're gonna potentially just lose 2 lanes off of this pick.
Any cores that stand out for you as far as what Secret are looking to get? Because theoretically, you know, that's where the next 3 picks are headed, depending on the Tusk.
Morph is really good. Necrophos. Whenever I see Ember Spirit, and I think it's a core, I think Necrophos, you know me, I love Necrophos.
Yeah.
Nature's Prophet, I also think doesn't really do too much. Ember Spirit, the lane really sucks. Like, it doesn't feel good to play, and in-game it's okay because you can go Spirit Vessel, but Necrophos has ways around that too. He can go Greaves or Yules or Lotus Orb. Like, there's a lot of different ways you can dispel.
This hero always farms so well in lane because he's such a lane dominator that you almost always can get those dispel items.
Yeah, and I think it fits Secret's principle of three lanes. Always plays 3 lanes if needed, which might make Alliance then think of their Ember Spirit as a 4.
Could this be like a Matu Lycan game where you just try to run over them? You've got Chen Necro heals. You can kind of death ball pretty hard, I feel.
Yeah, I think Ember Spirit scales nicely like when he comes to the ultra late game against Lycan, because Lycan has no natural disable. But in the early mid game, it feels like you're just like, you do nothing. Yeah, he just pings you a little bit.
10 seconds
and there's so many different minions that you run with that you're never gonna change like an ideal target.
5 seconds remaining.
We'll see what Secret to get. Alliance go for Enigma, which we've seen mostly play as a 4 position. Of course, can be an offlaner as well. Typically, this has been like this greedy 4 that secures the offlaner's lane, allows him to get levels, and then just farms the jungle, gets that fast helm with the Dominator.
If they didn't have Chen, I would have said like Wyvern might not be bad, because then they could fix it as an offlaner or potentially as their 5.
Yeah, that's where this Enigma pick always looks stronger when the other team has picked their 2 supports and don't have a way to cancel BKB Black Hole. They do have the Reaper's Scythe though, so you're gonna have to make sure you catch that Necro.
It doesn't go through anymore.
Oh, it doesn't go through BKB. Never mind.
No.
Oh, of course.
With the whole
Very
change
annoying.
It really is.
I did not realize that actually.
Before, I loved that stun. That mini stun made it even better. There was a lot of utility there.
How long ago was that change?
It was when they changed all the types or whatever.
Oh, I see. Ooh.
BSJ said I'm correct, and he knows all this like nerd stuff.
I believe you. Yeah.
Trust me, I found out the hard way.
Patch notes. Those things are long.
Yeah, me neither.
Essays are. Come on.
I was trying to ult like 100 HP Terrorblade, and he was BKB'd, and then I was really relying on it, and he just sundered me, and I lost the game that way. And I could have just Yules, but I thought he was dead for sure, because I was like, oh, okay, he's just gonna get. And I walked in range of him, and it wasn't clicking, so then I just walked closer to him, and I got sundered.
I'm just listening to my two analysts on the couch say that they don't read patch notes.
No.
Are you worried, Cap?
I give him a read. I told you the interaction.
No, I don't do it. I don't even give him a read.
I told you the interaction.
I just go play Dota and figure it out.
I found out the hard way. You haven't found out the hard way. That's how he does it.
Yeah, exactly.
Know.
This is the hard way. Or if I don't go play Dota and wing it, I'll hop on a panel and wing it and be like, oh, let's just.
Somebody will inform you.
Yeah, exactly. And you did.
Yeah, exactly.
So thank you.
No problem.
We're all learning today.
Tactical ignorance. That's what you need in order to help the audience learn with you. You know, that's what college strategy has always been.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What closes this out for Alliance? Is it an offlaner?
Alliance.
Or 5 rather?
TA for Limp is like his bread and butter. I think it's his best hero, but I'm not sold this is a good TA game by any means. And I believe they are looking for a offlaner, right? They want Enigma 4 and Nature's Prophet 5. Maybe offlane Nature's Prophet. A secret ban Brewmaster, so they're expecting 4 Enigma.
They think it's 5 Nature's Prophet carry Ember or something.
5 seconds remaining.
Nico Baby has played Ember Spirit.
Yeah.
So Alliance's draft really struggles right now with pushing out waves really easily. I guess they have like 2 different summons, but Secret have really good ways of clearing those out. And usually when you play against this kind of 5-man strat, you always want to keep the lanes pushed in if possible. I guess TA is actually pretty good thinking about it. If you get map control, because you can just place traps everywhere and always cut waves non-stop. But Limp has to do a really good job of that this game. Like I think a large part of whether or not they win or lose really quickly comes down to like if they get at least 1 tower really early and he gets control of that bottom area and he just places traps non-stop.
They're gonna protect their Templar Assassin pick with a Huskar.
Let's see him get something not too greedy, kind of fast paced here, like a Nyx Assassin type hero could bring you give you like a break, a reliable stun.
Nyx just feels bad to play against 5-mans though.
Yeah,
they just 5-man push. Like you feel like you do nothing. Because you need some way to deter them from just sitting on top of your wave, I feel. Like, I'm envisioning a world where you don't have black hole. Let's say, like, you want to fight, and Secret just gathers up his 5 and hits your tower. Like, what do you do to stop them from just hitting your tower for free? With this Necrophos heal will counter the Ember Slight, which is why I think Necro also feels really good against Ember. Every time he slights, you have your heal up, you just spam it on cooldown.
Yep.
And Chen's is really useful at, like, buffing you up, too. So you need some sort of clear, but that's why I think maybe they'll do like NP5 or something, or NP offlane Ember like 4, or no, I guess they can't do that because they have Enigma.
Look at like the Pengo type heroes that have wave clear in some team fight. We've seen Pengo with Enigma quite a bit as a like 3-4 combo.
Yeah, I just need something to like get in there and stop them from just like hitting towers.
They have tried this hero before, and I believe it failed pretty miserably.
That was the PL game we cast, but they could have won that game.
Okay.
That was the one where Nico Baby had to play, I can't even remember what hero he was. I remember they played against a Phantom Lancer, and they had a DK with the Black Dragon, remember?
10 seconds remaining.
The scary thing in this game is if you doom and the hero you doom doesn't die. And with Necro Chen, there's a lot of heals and save.
They just bring it back, the Monkey King.
Yeah. Looks like it might be mid-Monkey. Nisha picks it up, so we could be seeing Monkey played mid against the TA, which is one of those heroes. I think it's kind of a fun skill-based matchup. I don't think Bro just crushes the lane.
Is that what would you put the percentage there, Blitz?
For what? For
Monkey King versus TA?
I think the last 2 Monkey Kings I've seen play against TA have won. I thought, I know that when we used to scrim, some random South American team, maybe Thunder Predator, did it against us and we thought it was pretty good. Like they actually worked us in that matchup. So maybe there's something to it.
Okay, fair enough. What about the overall picks?
5 seconds remaining.
I like Secret a lot. They've just got this really scary 5-man line. They're going to come online fast with just one or two items, and I feel like Alliance, you've gone for this greedy 4 position Enigma against a team like Secret. They're not going to give you breathing room to get away with this.
Yeah, I think you have a really greedy 4 and 5, and I think you need a lot of farm on all your heroes. Hansuke needs farm, because I think he might be the most important hero in this game. I think Doom needs a lot of farm. I just feel like everybody's going to want a piece of the pie, and I think we're going to see similar to what ended up happening when Spirit played against Na'Vi earlier, where they had a Lycan and they just ran down lanes non-stop off cooldown. If you get 5-man Black Hole, you have to get a lot on the map. You've got to get like a Roshan and some towers for me to believe in you.
It seems like whenever we talk about these lineups that are just a bit too greedy, they never seem to go well.
Yes, especially against these really elite teams, your Secrets and VPs. We've seen these teams just punish greed so well. All
right. Team Secret versus Alliance. Seems like the odds are against Alliance here. Not just the full-on odds, but even now the drafting odds. Analysts heavily favoring Secrets. Let's see what they can do inside the game with Blitz and BSJ. Grant.
Welcome back, everyone. Blitz here, joined by BSJ. BSJ, how's it going?
What did I miss? Why are you Blitz now?
He just threw it to me saying I was Blitz, and he corrected it.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Classic dad BSJ, ruining another joke.
He's just consumed in himself all the time. He really can't see the bigger picture sometimes. But
this draft, BSJ, another kind of fresh one. We've got a Doom Enigma TA team, so like fast-paced, slow-paced. We see the odds. I'm actually surprised Secret's not just at 1.01 in half these matches straight up, but you know, maybe value. How you feeling about these drafts? Because the lines, it looks push heavy, but it's also greedy, right? Because you have a Doom and an Enigma.
So we have a pause. So I'll take a bit to say stuff that I usually don't have time for. I love Bristleback as a carry against Enigma specifically, because even if it's a 4, because Enigma, what he does is he pulls the lane back, right? So the best way to deal with Enigma is to be able to shove the lane very quickly, push out and like pressure the tower, potentially pull the hard camp over and over again, and then eventually dive them or super early. And Bristleback's very good at that. Shen's very good at that. So my prediction for the pace of this game is that safe lane tower or off lane tower for Alliance is going to drop at like less than 7 minutes into the game. It's going to be a Doom getting dove and an Enigma doing nothing about it, because you can't do anything because Bristleback negates your entire heroes. Like Eidolons, they have magic resistance. They're very squishy though. So physical damage AoE is very good at dealing with them in the super early game. So that's what I'm concerned about. We've seen Necro Bristle. What this says, we are going to walk down lanes and they are going to get shoved. Like you cannot, unless you kill these heroes, you cannot stop them from shoving the lanes into you. 2 of the best lane pushers in the game. And on top of that, with the Tusk Monkey King potentially rotating, at this point I kind of just go into Secret games and I say I'm going to assume their draft is better, and I'm going to try to identify why. Not for any other reason than they've proven time and time again, other than maybe that 3 Spirit meme draft. That is the case. So that I like to approach that in a humble way of like, they probably see something none of these other teams do or any of us do. So what do they see? Try to figure it out, interpret for ourselves. And I think their view on how to deal with this Prophet Ember opening is really nice, because Ember, he can't outpush Necro or Bristle in lanes. Like if both of the heroes are occupying the lane, it's going to get pushed in favor of the Necro or Bristle. And then you also have the Prophet, same thing. So that's what I'm a bit worried about, and we'll see how it ends up going. As he actually levels Goo level 1, Yaps are rotating behind S4. I'll let you take this one home.
I believe they're going to take it home. That's just dead. That's a ton of money. He's at -4 over in a tag team. Well, I was going to question the Goo skillage, but it got him the first blood. Is it worth it? Is this not like a Rubik skilling lift level 1?
No, it's worth it in this particular case. The potential drawback of leveling Goo is getting dove underneath your tower and not being able to push the wave.
Okay.
So Hanskin now says, okay, I actually have to lane because he doesn't have Goo, which means he has Goo, which means he doesn't have Quill, so he can't actually kill Eidolons.
Yeah.
And we just have to be, like, I have to help S4 because he could potentially get dove by the Goo plus tag team level 1. And Zai, what?
He just got to kill Chen, running at him, even steals one of the Treants now. He should get blocked in. No, he doesn't.
He might actually kill him.
Nico, baby, yeah, you got to right-click him. They're going to. He eats a fairy fire. He doesn't have another one. Puppy, though, trading right-clicks. Can he make it in, or is Puppy about to get a free level 2? One more right-click. It's enough. What the hell is going on in this top lane right now? We've got a Chen versus Nature's Prop bottom. S4 gooed up. We'll just have to run away. And I don't know. These lanes are already crazy. The only stable one, middle lane, Limp. This is TA favored, right? TA versus Monkey King.
I believe the lane early is favored, but eventually it's Monkey King favored. As we see S4 is being dove potentially again. That Bristleback. Oh, he loses the Goose stacks.
He does, so
But
the
he's still dead, honestly.
Tag team popped, as you said, Strength Heroes versus Tusk. That's been your big thing.
Yeah, and you can't pick 0 armor into Bristle either.
Yeah, you're right. This lane just feels like a disaster. And you see Hanskin's like, I guess I'll come defend this tower, and he might just die.
This is exactly why Bristle's good against Enigma, because this is what the lane should always look like. Wow. And
he only TP'd 5 feet away to that tier 2, so he'll try to stay in the lane, but it's a bloodbath in the bot.
In my experience, I've had trouble playing against Enigma, and I had to watch a lot of replays to figure out how to deal with this hero, and Bristleback was one of the most notable carries, Monkey King being another one, so it even makes more sense in this draft that they have 2 of those heroes. And I just don't know what they do from here. Doom, I think, it's a good Doom game in game, right? Like, you have really good Doom targets. Necro Bristle, they're just going to be right there for the taking. Easy to bring them down once they are doomed, but they might just be too far behind by that point with the Chin sustain, the Necro sustain, that I think they're going to have serious damage issues on Alliance's side. That's what is really scaring me. At even the 10-minute mark, I think they might not be able to kill anyone. So I'm going to have to keep that in mind if they're able to potentially burst through this wall. Sword actually blocks S4 with a wall, but
make him run around the long way.
He's just not laning.
Jeez.
But Tubman actually going to stack the big camp. Is that he's going to get it? No, he does not.
No. Just watching middle lane. I was seeing how Monkey King was going to play stuff because he got the Jingu stack. There it is. Nice refraction, though, from the TA to block the damage. They were playing with each other there. Very interesting matchup because Anish is actually winning in experience right now, and the creeps are pretty even.
I love this build, actually. Wow. The Glove of Haste first. Makes sense.
Just because all you're going to be doing is hitting the TA when you're not just last hitting them creeps, so.
Since she's a ranged hero, effectively, she can trade with you back, so you just have to get your Jingu stacks up faster to eliminate the amount of time that he's allowed to hit you back, as you're seeing here. Yeah, exactly. The melt. Done, yeah.
He will pop it out and then he harasses back. I'm liking this matchup because it does feel very player, not even skill-based, player-based, because Limp, he's going in. Matoma, man, that's on us. We're sorry. We're watching this middle lane, you know, a little more individual skilled as S4, let's be real, every time he's in that lane bottom, he's probably at danger of dying.
Nisha has no salve, and he's really, oh my god, that was probably like a few units away from being a side blade. It was all right angle.
Dude, I love he has to boundless strike the one melee creep too so he doesn't die to it. Oh, bot lane, that's just dying. Dude, I'm having fun with this TA monkey lane. I've been watching it most of it.
Yeah, nobody wants to watch these snooze fest Necro and Bristleback side lanes, so I'm definitely captivated by the skill being displayed by honestly both players in the mid lane, and Limp getting the upper hand in that one. Pretty impressive, all things considered, with how much we praise and respect Nisha's skill in the mid lane.
Limp's playing it very well, as you said. He is actually tied up in CS. They're pretty much dead even at this point now, so keep you up to date on that. S4 still in the jungle, pulling creeps, doing some other things.
What's Matu got? He's got boots, salve, and clarity. Okay.
What do you want him to get? He is going, it looks like, treads. What do you go after that on this carry Bristle? Do you go something like a Crimson Guard Blast, or
you need some regen on him? You need some regen. So you can just go Vanguard if you want, and then go Abyssal later.
Okay.
That's a solid option for him. It depends on what pace of the game they want to set. Like, yeah, they're going to be running at you, but are they trying to end at 20 minutes with a Crimson, or are they trying to take control of the map and then end maybe around 30, 35 with an Abyssal? And you can kind of see what they plan to do based on what he ends up going for later, as we see.
Middle mixes the ice shards a little. He throws the sentry ward down. Tag team there. They've got the sentry. Zibe tried to help him out low, but now he's gonna get rolled onto. We saw Jingu stacks. That's a lot of damage. He should stay alive. They don't have enough.
Yeah, well played to TP out there, but Yaps are owning there.
Yeah, Nisha's gonna be early level 6. Not the biggest deal because you normally don't even skill your ulti at 6, but beating a TA there feels pretty good. Top lane, you talked about this. You've got the creeps. I love it. He has the magic resist creep even, and they're not letting Nico Baby do anything. He's actually slowed down, eating a ton of damage.
Yeah, so instead of diving the bottom lane tower, they dive the top lane tower, which is a bit of a change of pace from my end. I think it's just because Matama Man is so strong bottom that they don't need to help him. Instead, they can just enable this Necro, because Matama Man, he'll win this matchup 1v1. So suddenly you've got a winning lane top, you've got a winning lane bottom, and a trade mid. Right? You're just winning 2.5 lanes right now.
Well, Zibe, he's sitting there, but he goes down. We missed. That was on me again. At this point, we literally said it. S4, if he goes to lane, he's dying. I'm surprised he's even showing his face in lane anymore. You can't, right?
Yeah.
That's 2 solo kills on him. No, 3 solo kills and 1 team kill. Matama Man just, he's legitimately a bully. It's level 7 to level 4 right now.
Tanner, take notes.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Double damage bottom. Maybe the TA thinks of trying to pick that up, and no boots even yet, so it's hard to rotate, but maybe just accelerate some farm.
Matama Man's just zoning S4.
Yeah,
yeah, he's gonna get some
XP. Go to the jungle, man. I feel like
he's gonna get XP, but that's about it.
All right, Matama Man, you should be focusing on these denies, but it's cool.
He's trying to zone him. He doesn't know S4 ninja'd his way to the side here.
He's looking though. He knows now. Process of
elimination here. A little bit of mind games going on.
And he has no scorched earth. Yeah.
Oh my god. He's actually. He has to. That's sad, dude. I'm not saying he shouldn't do that, but that's just sad that he has to.
You have to. So 3K lead for Secret, 8-1 in the kill score. Limp, the only one who's even looking a little bit okay, but even he's a full level down right now. So it actually is a 3-lane win, I want to say, for Secret. Procs to Jingu. Zibe TP's in. There's a lot of heroes rotating in the middle lane. He's going to try to get away, and he doesn't get the tree dance off. Just try to run another trap in 8 seconds. He might just be able to run away.
Ult, I think.
Yeah, he throws up the ult. Look for Zibe. Does a little bit of damage. He'll just sit in it. A TP middle actually aggressively from Yapzor. Under 4 heroes. They're trying to push this middle tower. No, Nisha, he gets found out. Nice play by S4. This could be the comeback they needed. He's healing off those hits, but S4 gets it, almost gets low. And they're going to get a middle tower all of a sudden. The map opens up a tad.
They had to do this. They lost top tower already. Bristleback's pressuring bottom tower.
It's a nice
Both
play.
side lanes are effectively dead lanes for Alliance right now because Bristle as well as Necro, you're either going to gank these heroes with 4 or you're not going to be there at all. And in this case, Nico Baby, yeah, he's picking his scraps in the top lane as he is level 5 while Zai's almost level 7. So going for the Greaves on the Necro. While the bottom tower does go down a minute later than expected, but still very good for them. Except I do like that Alliance instead of trying to defend, because I really do believe that was a feeble attempt. They made an own proactive play and took the mid tower. So all things considered, I like that maneuver, and they're still down by 4K. So that's rough.
I've been on Puppy Creep Cam. He's had that little centaur just in their fountain for about 3 minutes now. I think he might have forgot about it. Poor little guy.
God.
He's just been chilling there. Maybe he's waiting to take another creep, but they're diving in middle now. Doom gets up, just hits onto the Monkey King. Do we have a save? Doesn't look like Hanskin has a black hole if he wants. They don't even have to use it. They're just going to get an easy kill on the Monkey King. And at this point, it's not like Secret's farming the other lanes because everyone's here. Reaper's Scythe won't end up getting the kill. They get the kill anyways, though.
Exactly. Yeah, they killed Doom in the back.
Oh, I thought they almost made an item steal. Yeah, I almost thought that was Dyer's because of the Eidolons, but luckily the Eidolons didn't get the kill, so won't get an item steal.
They're just gonna doom somebody, and the other 2 cores are gonna dumpster him. That's kind of what I like. The 2 cores of Secret are then gonna do whatever the hell they want in the fight. And if you don't doom Necro, Bristle and Monkey King are gonna kill you. If you doom Bristle or Monkey King, Necro's gonna sustain them. I actually don't know how you have 3 good doom targets and none of them feel good to doom. That's just very
As you said, a good draft. Since you can't commit, as we see a kill there, Zibe goes down. Nature's Prophet versus Monkey King, not the funnest matchup.
I think this Necro Bristle combo is such a conceptually hard counter to the way Ember Spirit wants to play, and since Ember Spirit's such a highly sought after first round pick, I've seen this I think at least twice, maybe 3 times from different teams. And the Ember Spirit just feels useless, man.
And we've been talking about this on other teams. Secret, same. Zai, why are you flying a courier into the tier 1 tower when you're behind it? It just died. He lost his mech because he just flew his courier and didn't pay attention. I know they're dominating, but
it's the alpha move.
Come on.
If I can beat you without this mech, I can also beat you with it.
I guess, you know. Come on, people. Couriers, they mean something.
Pawnskin, he's got Black Hole.
Yeah, Zai's the one tanking this. I'm not sure why. He will heal up, but takes a lot of damage with the goo.
And a Vlad's already. Vlad's on Puppy, so instead of the mech rush on Chin, like you said, they got it on the Necro, so he can afford to go for that sustain item. You can tell, God, I just love seeing the items because it just makes so much sense to their game plan, right? He rushes this Vlad. Guess what? Now they take Roche.
Yeah, they should. Nico maybe is in, but he won't be able to dive in. And it almost feels like maybe you throw a Remnant in there and try to steal it. I don't know, but they will get bottom tower.
Yep. For anyone watching, if you ever want to know what teams are thinking about doing, just look at their items. And that's usually how you learn to itemize. And Secret, I learn every single game I watch them. So it's just a pleasure. I know I compliment them a lot, but I think it's well deserved. And 12-3 kill score, just another pretty dominant performance from Secret. And Alliance, I'd say they have a better chance than last game, but I guess 2% is twice as much as 1%, Grant.
It is. That's double.
Oh, 8%. Maybe it's twice as much as 4. Yeah, quick maths. Okay. Did that in my head, if you were wondering.
So what is that chance, in all honesty? Is it just a 5-man push into a big black hole? Like, is it that kind of desperation, or do they have other plays on the map?
Yeah, it's pretty much an overextension from Secret into a massive black hole. I can't really think of any other way, because when nothing's happening, like fights, like that's just Bristleback Necro for you. The lanes are shoved, they're out farming you, they're out pressuring you, because these heroes so naturally sustain and dish out damage just with their abilities, and they can itemize these like luxury heal sustain items, and so unless you get that fight, you're just not going to come back. As you see, the top 3 net worths are actually in favor of Secret, so.
I'm curious, why did you think they gave the Aegis to the Bristleback? It already feels to me, I know he's not unkillable, but it feels like that. Meanwhile, your Monkey King,
Monkey King's going to be in the back. He's going to be back and allows Bristle to run in first, and now S4 can't doom him.
Okay.
So I do think Bristle, if I had to choose, would be the target that would get doomed, and I think that's the idea behind him having the Aegis, so it makes the priority of doom change to somebody else. Monkey King gets doomed. As long as he's not alone, he should be able to get sustained from the Vlads. He should just right-click, and the Necro with Greaves, and then the Chen heal. And the Medallion, they have a lot of stuff to just throw on him. And Monkey King just right-clicking is much more impactful than a Bristleback just right-clicking. Bristleback's right-click damage is dependent upon him actually casting spells, so that's what I believe is why he's also most likely their high ground hitter, the hero that will be hitting their buildings, so. Does have the Vanguard on Matama Man, 2,300 gold. What will it go? I wouldn't mind an S&Y. I wouldn't mind.
What about a Radiance? Is it too much?
I don't think you need it. No. If you really think you're just going to slow down the pace of the game for the next 10-15 minutes, you could go Radiance. But I think like S&Y Abyssal or like S&Y AZ would be how I envision he would take this. But I'm definitely going to keep an eye out for that. Because if he disagrees, I'll see and try to figure out why.
The Bristleback now has the ice armor as well, so you even got that.
Halberd's okay too if he wants to do that. Yeah, ice armor, bristles.
Ice armor plus we already have the medallion on Chen, so if Chen's there and his bristle's there, this bristle does become unkillable at that point.
Got Iron Talon on bristles, so nice. It's actually such a nice item now, that especially because you can use it on ancients. He's just being so efficient on the map. They are leveling out the net worth, though. It is 7K. It's been that way for the last 2 or 3 minutes.
And not done with the Aegis. They obviously get the tier 2 bottom. They're going for the tier 2 middle. So they are going to try to force a little bit of a fight with the ending of Matumba Man's Aegis.
They're doing a good job of splitting the map on Alliance. I just don't know
if it'll be enough.
Yeah. I guess Enigma X factor here. When it comes to core-to-core matchup, nobody really has a hard carry. Ember Spirit, Monkey King, and also Bristle, TA are all like pseudo semi carries. Nico Baby getting gone by Nisha in the top lane. He has a remnant out though. He actually just laid it, so it's not going to be that far. Nisha might chase him, even if he doesn't kill him. He's probably going to chase.
Well, middle lane getting
recalled
pushed in.
Okay.
Yeah. They just want to take this. Oh, you do see the Meld Strike does some damage to Bristle, not enough. And okay, the Monkey King maybe he doesn't want to give up that he's here. They're taking the tower without him anyways. He wants to hop into the base tree, you know it, but he doesn't want to give away his positioning.
Yeah, I think it's going to boil down to this A just because they wanted to siege high ground with the Bristle.
Oh, the back door, but they don't have enough damage to go through it. Nisha comes in. Now you got to commit together if you're going to go through back door, not one at a time. Not that I'm a backdoor connoisseur, but
yikes.
In game.
In game, he says. Yeah.
Puppy, Zai, they just get out so they actually don't end up getting that tower. Wow. I don't know. Yeah, BSJ, did you know in Dota 1 the backdoor protection just didn't exist? That was just a strategy like, oh, we're just going to draft Clinks with Rapier and kill all your buildings. Wasn't a
Dota
fun
1 sounded
time.
like a good time.
Oh, yeah? It's definitely good memories. Would I ever want to play against that again? Absolutely not. Especially with, could you imagine TI3 Alliance with no backdoor protection? Oh, that would have been insane. Top lane, Limp. He's just sitting at that tier 2, forced to already just get out of there. And the only person farming is the Enigma all the way at the other side in the Radiant jungle.
Aegis is gone. He is queuing up the Radiance, so they are looking to really just slow down the pace of the game for a little while. I think in terms of scaling, it will be his best item. And this is them saying we don't want to all in. We don't trust against Enigma that we can reliably in this game. We'll feel pressured if we put ourselves on a timer. We may make a mistake. So it looks like the safe approach is what they choose to do, and I don't mind it. It's something where I wasn't sure if he was going to do it, and you mentioned it though. It is the best scaling item for Bristle, and the light scaling part that you mentioned at the beginning of the first game is what they're electing to do here. They just want to lightly outscale Alliance and while maintaining map control. And they're still going to pressure. They don't have Aegis, but Bristle
still
does have to be a bit careful though, because the Doom plus Black Hole. Black Hole is alive.
Yeah, they're looking to use Guardian Greaves.
Oh, Doom already.
Yeah, they have to commit for this because of that. We are going to see a punch in the air. It's going to be a snowball hit. He'll hold him in. S4 takes a lot of damage. He might just die to the roll through. Oh, the snowball will take it does. I don't know if that's good or bad because honestly, the Doom is coming up for his shoulder. It might be bad. The Doom is he gets it off fully. Oh, Lord. Your one chance goes down.
We have a high kill score.
They're going in. It's gone 15-3. They are just beating down the tower, and it's already looking curtains right now. This is just a masterclass performance from Secret. You see Doom, he's like, wait, I've already used my one ability. I don't do anything. Nico Baby, he has the Spirit Vessel, but they don't have charges. Nico Baby 0, 1, and 2. He's only been involved in 2 of those early kills. They're rolling in Limp. He says, all right, bring it on. Yapsor's in a lot of trouble. He pushes in the air. He will end up going
Black
down.
Hole's coming up, 3 seconds.
And Nisha not helping him. He's hitting the melee racks, but Zibe goes down. Instant buyback.
This could be huge.
Matumba Man, because of that one death, they have the Spear Vessel on, so he's actually taking damage, but Nico, baby, chill.
The Essence Ring is so good on Bristle because it's no longer a heal, so it gives you the full 425 when you're Spirit Vesseled, and sustaining him throughout the course of that fight. Combine that with the Radiance. I wonder with these pro level players, do they ever change their item build based on the neutrals they get? Like, would he have gone Radiance if he thought he didn't need another sustain item, but he got this Essence Ring? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a good question that, you know, Matumba Man's done some interviews. That's a good one. Yeah. Someone might have to steal it, but you see the commitment here, and I don't blame him. You have the Doom. I think you don't want to Doom and just give up, because right, they'll just reset and push in 10 seconds. I think it's a good idea to commit. The problem is you're just so far down, right?
Yeah.
But I like that they did commit as a team, and they almost got Zai. I can't believe one hit off, and then the Doom wears off, and go Shroud into full heal.
That's just the nature of Necro Bristle.
Yep,
Things have to be done perfectly, and if you don't get that Black Hole to follow, it's really hard for Hanskin against the Nisha Boundless Strike as well as the Snowball, both pretty long range. BKB canceling stuns, so he has to look for a specific opening as Nisha getting messed with a bit by Hanskin. Who's messing with who here? Looks like they're just trying to bully each other out of the mid lane so that we can make sure it gets pushed on the OG side.
And there's the melee racks going down.
Side, sorry.
Bye. They have Alliance. They are teasing the full squad. They're just gone in the jungle.
This is where Nisha's like, wait, what? Why are they here? Not top.
And Nisha does need to be careful
Doom's
though.
up again.
Oh, and they might be able to bring him down. Ice Shards, they've scouted out Limp though. He runs away.
That warp's gonna be valued.
Oh, and as for their move forward, there's gonna be a Doom Malefice as well. Can they kill Nisha? The snowball to negate a ton of the damage. Zai needs to know where they're going so he can get that heal up, but they're rolling pretty damn far away. The Doom will be enough. No, the mech goes up. Healing from Jingle, the black coal. He just dies to the Radiance, and Zai, they are getting run over. He has the Sange for the extra healing. Nico, baby, you're not getting out. This is a world-class performance from Secret. You see the tips. Everyone deserves it.
2 more kills, Secret. 2 more.
We'll see. There's an I mean, there's no way they're leaving the front of this dire base, especially if no heroes are dying, because as you said, a hero like Necro, you're just fully healing everyone, and Zibe, he's going down as well. 4-19. Matama Man hitting the racks. You can tell he like kind of wants to hit the tier 4s too. He's like, yo, you guys with me? But looks like he's not.
Yeah, this is about the pace of the game to be expected when you look at the Secret draft. And
man, they came to play it because Alliance, it's one of those teams we've been talking about. We weren't the biggest fans of them early, but as they've been playing and playing, they've looked better. And then you just run into the wall that is Secret, and there's the old team. He gets it off. 4-21. Nico, baby, the fountain dive. They won't go for him, but the Hanskin Couriers goes down. Yapsor's Courier go down. Another loss for them, but
Sigrid.
Limp, he does what he wants to get the kill before he dies, and they gets it. Yapsor does it. I love it.
From here.
That's
kill the support
class
GG out.
Yep, I love it. You get one more kill, and I mean this one.
But top of that's perfect game. Oh my God! He had the 906 K to D, and he just ruined it. I love doing that myself in pubs, you know. You'll never see a BSJ perfect game for no other reason than I found, not for any other reason.